Welcome everybody to the Chess Lab, welcome to Repertoire Mastery episode 14. Let's jump straight into this next rapid game. I've been studying the Accelerated Dragon course quite extensively lately. Perhaps you have noticed my last video before this one here, which will be basically me going through the 10 model games offered by Grandmaster Bock in the course. Grandmaster Bock is of course the author, and it was extremely instructive for me to go through those games. And I just realized that a way to learn the middle game is just go through model games, offered by grandmasters and stuff. So in the future, and this I'm not sure I'm gonna do this, but it's just an idea, I may or may not take a book that I have, because I have some paper books. I know what a book is, I think, and I may take one of these books and just go make a video where I'm only chess in the analysis board, and I just go through reading the book and also making the moves on the board, so that we learn together some chess. And I've noticed that making the videos forces me to be very careful when I read, and because I have to also explain some concepts right to the viewers. And so making the videos help me study chess. It makes me more focused and more sharp, and so that's great. But that's an idea. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, because of course it would be nice, but there are other things I want to do. For example, I have to first finish to study all of the courses to really have my repertoire on point. And once that's done, my idea was the following. I'm gonna take the final position of some lines, some final positions that happens relatively frequently in my games, and I'm gonna really deep dive into those middle games with the help of the engine and just play around with moves and whatnot. And that's another work that increases my strength tremendously in those specific lines. Does it increases my overall chess though? I don't know. So it's worth it to do both of these activities, right? I have my water here with me, obviously. I'm not eating too much today. I haven't been going to the gym yesterday and today, so I'm not feeling myself too much. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym. Tomorrow is Monday and is leg day. For some reasons, leg day is really a nightmare for the gym bros, but I've never been to how do you say, opposed to the leg day. I don't dislike training legs much. So okay, let's keep going. Knight f3, c5. I think the move here is g3. They may try to go into some weird dragon themselves. And okay, here what do I do? Is bishop g2 the move? I don't think so. I think the move is d4 here. And if they take, we hit them with the queen. And if they don't take, I take. So I think the move is d4 here. But I'm not sure. Interesting things are about to happen. Okay, now I take with the queen. I think taking with the queen is the move. Hitting the rook. They defend with the knight. And here already, what am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do? Perhaps e4, threatening e5? I have no idea. After e4, they will go knight c6, then I go queen a4. Then they play d6, I still go e5. I think this is a line, let's go. I could be completely wrong, this could be like me being insane. But I don't know. Will see, yeah, will see. No, I actually think this is a line, and I think I've studied it also from the black side in box course, the chapter on the alternative hyper-accelerated dragon, which I don't want to play for black, but is a thing. Okay, so queen a4 should be the move, and here e5 is threatened, so d6 is a move, but after d6 I still play e5, and then I get their bishop, maybe, and life goes on, but I don't dislike this too much. Okay, they play bishop g7, but here, can I play e5 here? Can I play e5? Well, perhaps I want to play knight c3 first. The reason you play knight c3 first is that after e5, the knight doesn't have d5 themselves, but also after e5, can't they just move the knight to g4, for example? Am I not losing that pawn? Oh, knight to g4 is not playable. Wait a minute, because my queen controls that square. Wait a second, guys, things are getting interesting. So if I go here, they cannot go here. Ah, okay. So I play knight c3, they castle, I go here, they have to kinda go back. And then I can defend this pawn with this bishop. And if they play h6, I can always play h5. H4. I think I'm gonna go for it, knight c3. Yeah, knight c3, let's see what they do. I may also just develop here a long castle, you know, just for fun. Just for the thrill of it. Also, queen a5 with check is prevented now. But yeah, if they play d6, I still go here, take. These guys attack, they do this, and we kind of transpose into something that I relatively wanted to play anyways, with the difference that now bishop d2 and long castle perhaps is stronger, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm not used to these positions. This is a very rare line, big sideline. I'm trying to remember these lines from like weeks ago, if not months at this point. No, well, actually, definitely months. Yeah. But I know a little bit of the ideas. Complicated position, of course. Castle, I'm gonna go e5. And bishop f4. Their pieces are restricted. Okay, they play d6, but this allows me to play e5 anyways, right? Now, if they play knight g4, which they can, well, but now I'm taking on d6. That's kind of the point, that I'm taking on d6 now. Like, that's a little bit, that's a little bit of the idea, sir. Sir, that's a little bit of the idea, sir. Sir, that's a little bit of the idea. Bishop here is a little bit weakening. They can do it, of course, but the position is very complicated. The position's very complicated. I went for this, for this line because I'm thinking this can't be too bad, but okay, so they play queen b6. Queen b6 is definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Very interesting, actually. So they're threatening queen check, which seems pretty devastating. And what else are they threatening? Well, they're not threatening much else rather than this move. The problem is this move is quite strong and annoying. So now it's time to calculate how to deal with this threat. Now it's time to calculate how to deal with this. Because it's not easy. It's not easy. So they're attacking f2. How do I defend f2? There are a couple of possibilities. Perhaps there are more, but... So I can play this intermezzo, which I don't see how useful it is. They just take with the bishop, and it seems to me that I'm in trouble. I can take here, but after this check is not looking good for me at all. I could go here for some reasons, but again, check is not looking good. I could play bishop to h3, but again, check, and then they take here is not looking good. So I can go knight e4. I can go knight e4 to defend this pawn and support this guy. But they can play bishop f5 or something in this instance. And it's not clear to me what I'm achieving. Also, this b2 guy falls. So the move that comes to mind is actually knight d1. Knight d1 protects f2, prepares bishop e3, or even knight e3, I don't know, and it also overprotects the b2 pawn. And after knight d1, I may just play c3 or something, or even queen b5. Yeah, perhaps queen b5 is just more decisive. Yeah, and here they're gonna take like this, and they're gonna have some trouble with their pawn structure. So let's try to do this, and let's try to not die on the spot. Also, this gets out of bishop takes c3, because now there's nothing on c3. And this looks very scary, but also their queen is not ideally placed. It looks scary, but is not threatening anything at the moment. Their knight spinned. I'm up a pawn, and there is some tension here in the center. Their king's still in the center. And again, I'm about to play something like queen b5 or, you know, something on those lines. This knight's not defended, something that has to be noted. But also this knight on g4 is quite bad. They perhaps are gonna castle, and in that case I'll have to like figure it out. But again, I really like, yeah, of course, I really like this this queen b5 thing. Now I can take and win a pawn, but this looks outrageously dangerous. I'm talking I don't even know how to speak English, but outrageously dangerous, right? Outrageously dangerous. Now, what are some moves? There are some possibilities I can play. A move that comes to mind is queen b3, trying to trade the queens, keeping these queenside a little bit together, overprotecting the knight on f3. It seems decent. Another thing I like about this move is that is eyeing at f7, which is a little bit tender. After they go back, let's say to d8 or something, I may want to consider something like knight g5 even, you know? But again, I'm not sure about this. Then there is knight b4 and stuff. It's a complicated position. What about queen b5 instead? Queen b5, again, they go back. And here, what do I do? What do I do in this instance? It's not too clear. Another option is just developing my pieces, like bishop g2, for example. Yeah, bishop g2 makes a lot of sense. Why not bishop g2? Bishop g2, and I'm about to castle next. What's the problem with this move? Right? I don't have to trade queens. My queen is nicely positioned. If they play bishop d7, then I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna play queen b3 then, you know? And also if the queen goes all the way back, this hangs and there's no queen here anymore. So bishop g2, bishop d7, queen b3 seems decent. The knight keeps defending everything. It looks okay. Bishop here, queen check, takes. There is some difficulty perhaps defending this guy. But I can also go here maybe. But then they have this. Okay, that could be annoying. That could be annoying. But also after this, check, take. Yeah, that's not super easy to protect. I could go here, they take, I take. The position kind of collapses there. I have to be very careful. Instead, bishop here would have the advantage that on queen here, and knight here, I would have something like bishop to d3. That would be the advantage. They take, of course, and is a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Like going here already, it just fails. So they would have to go here or something, but take, check, I can also go here, play knight here. But yeah, it's not a comfortable position for sure. So perhaps c3 is even a move, but I can't keep this guy in the center. So maybe queen b3 is actually an idea. What I don't like is queen b8, and then I can just go here maybe, right? I can just go here, they take with the queen, and I just castle. And what's the problem in my position? Their queen is exposed, they still have problem developing the bishop. Yeah, maybe this is not so bad. So maybe queen b3, but queen b3, there's also bishop b6, but not really, because I take here, the knight hangs. Such a difficult position to play. This is such a difficult position to play. Bishop g2, what I don't like about bishop g2 again? So bishop g2, queen check, that's what I don't like. Yeah. I have to take, they go here, threatening this guy. How can I defend this guy? I can only do this. Rook here. Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a big problem. It's a big problem. So bishop g2, queen check is a problem. I can't even do that because they just take here, we check first. So I could play h3 now that I think about it. Oh, I could play h3. Oh, for sure. Check, take, but now I win a piece, so it's fine. So yeah, h3, but then they go here perhaps. It looks scary as shit. What about bishop to d3? Bishop to d3. But bishop e2 makes more sense. But then they go here, I go here, they take, attacking the bishop. But that's not a problem, I guess, now. This is actually a difficult position. Again, queen b3 immediately, they go back. Bishop g2, knight here, for example. But I can always just defend the guy here. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so I'm gonna go queen b3 simply because the position looks too scary otherwise. Queen b3. Also looking at this guy once the rook moves. Yeah, there's gonna be a problem with bishop e6, but you can't have everything, I guess. There's gonna be some issues, guys, of course. This is a complicated position, but also the b7 pawn hangs once again, so I always have some compensation in everything here. I spend a lot of time, but this position, okay, they trade, this shocks me. I'll be very honest, this shocks me beyond your comprehension. Oh, they want to go knight here. But I have bishop here, right? We discussed it. Is ugly, but if it works, it works. Don't care if he's ugly if I'm up a pawn, or 2, or 0, but I survive. I can also interpose this move. And if they do this, I do this. Check, I move, so they would have to take. And life goes on. It should. Complicated position to say the least, but... Okay. So they're gonna check me, which is gonna be annoying. I could play c3 here. The idea behind c3 is that after check I go here, check I go here. But then there is check, but I can go here. That makes some sense. c3, bishop f5 perhaps. But then I can play knight to e3. Rook here, bishop here. I think this move is important to restrict these two pieces. So I think I'm gonna play it. And I could be mistaken here and blundering things, but... if that's the case, so be it. I'm also preventing knight b4, rook check. Again, my plan is just to move my king over here. And everything's gonna be alright. At least that's the hope. That's what I'm kind of banking on. Check. Again, I move. It feels like I'm getting obliterated into foreverness, but... like, it really feels like I'm getting mated or something. If I miscalculated this, it's over. Which there is a chance. There is a high chance. But also, like, I may just survive. If I survive, then it's cool. Yeah, I saw this move as well. Of course, they want to do this. I saw that, but I can just go here, I'm afraid. For them, afraid, of course. And if they check me here, I move, and we just switch the move order. It's not, like, crazy. It's not crazy. So I think going here is the thing to do. I'ma do it. Also because if I don't do it, first of all, I'm losing tremendous amount of time, but also I'm getting smoked. So I kind of have to do it. Okay. Oh, there is check here. Oh, I didn't notice that. Holy! I didn't see that. Well, in my defense, that was really difficult to see. But yeah, I didn't see that. I'm probably busted now. But maybe not. Yeah, there is a chance I'm busted here. Rook e2 is difficult to see though. But they may see it. They may very well see it. Yeah. Yep. Very tough. Yeah. Well, that's just gonna be tough, guys. That's just how it is. There's not much else to say. So I can block like this. They're gonna take here. I'm gonna take here. They're gonna do this. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, unless it is and I'm missing something. There's also rook here, which is like beyond scary. But I should have this in time. Ugh. Or this, perhaps. I don't know. I've already experienced his attacks like this, and it's not nice. It's never nice, you know? It's never a pleasurable experience to getting smoked like that. And I'm not getting smoked, I'm just losing a pawn, and their pawn structure is still a little bit bad. If there is no checkmate here, I may be able to equalize this. It's difficult, but I may be able to equalize this. Maybe. Maybe not. Because if they want to win a pawn, I think they have to allow me to, like, simplify quite a bit. That's good. Quite a bit. Okay, they just go in. Now the question is, do I take here, allowing this, which I'm not a big fan? Do I take here, allowing this, which I'm not a big fan? Do I just play rook f1, which allow this, which I'm not a big fan? So I think I have to play this. I think this is the only move. And then they're gonna go here. And then I'm gonna be in trouble. But probably not, I just do rook f1 or something. Yeah, probably just rook f1 or something. Take. It's not even the end of the world, maybe. So let's take here. I think this is pretty much forced. Okay. Damn, they're playing fast. And here what to do? Can I take here, maybe? Well, then they take here, perhaps. Then I go back, they go back pinning, I don't like this. So what's the threat? The threat is to win my knight. So what can I do about it? If I move the knight, I'm losing the bishop with terrible consequences. So I can play rook h to f1, hitting the rook. Now if they take, I take here, no big deal. If they take me, I just take with the other rook, and I'm not, like, dead. I don't think so. I should be kind of fine, I guess. Kind of. Maybe. Am I dead if I do this? Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm not dead. And their dark square bishop's hanging, so they may have to, like, trade a lot of things. But what do I know here? What do I do? Okay, it's not easy for them either, because I have some counterplay. Despite being down a pawn, it feels to me is not the worst position ever. It could be pretty bad, but unless they hit me with some mind-boggling tactic that I've never seen from ever, you know? If they hit me with crazy tactics, they hit me with crazy tactics. I don't really know what to tell you here, but sometimes it just happens. Bishop e3 is like something that I'm seeing, but I think I just take their light square bishop maybe. And yeah, after they take back, I take the rook, play rook f1, their bishop draws back, knight h4, and I take back my material with probably an advantage even. So bishop e3, I don't think it works. It's just fancy. Moving their knight, I just take the rook. Moving the other bishop, I just take the rook. So yeah, I think that taking is... There is also rook g2. But rook g2 is risky. There is also bishop takes d3, of course. Bishop takes d3 is there. Yeah, bishop takes d3 is there, of course. But again, they have a bishop on h6 that hangs in some lines, so kind of have to be careful a little bit. A little bit. Rook b2 is a move. Rook b2 is definitely a move. An annoying one. Perhaps I can follow them around, but rook b2 I can take on f5 first, and then I can just play rook g1 and just follow them, you know, just follow them. So yeah, that's the thing, I can just follow them. Okay, they take here, which I see, so now I go here. I shouldn't be getting mated. Oh shoot, what? Oh damn. Well, that's some great moves. I completely missed that. But am I dead? Am I dead? I may be. They take like this, yes. Okay. Now. I'm not gonna take their bishop. That will hang a piece. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna play rook f6. Hitting the pawn and hitting the bishop. The bishop has to drop back. And then I'm gonna take the pawn. And I have some counterplay. I mean, this tactic is crazy. This is crazy. Rook takes, this is insane. Unreal. Yeah. Rook here, I take here. Should be good. So their bishop's hanging. They have to do something about it. Their central pawn is hanging. It's like worse things have happened, you know. The problem is after bishop here, let's say, and rook takes, and like rook here, I'm in big trouble anyways. Like, where do I go to not get mated? Perhaps I go back here, but then there is this. It's true that then I have this and everything collapses. But then there is a check here, I go here, check here, I go here. Yeah, and maybe I survive. Yeah, maybe I survive. But I think that objectively they have a little bit of an edge. There is also knight here, which is nasty, but I don't see the trickery because this guy again is still hanging. Okay, they go back. Now I think I'm just gonna take my pawn. Because what else? Because what else? Right? And that's pretty much it. So, what's the situation? Well, I have a rook, they have a knight and a bishop, so they have an advantage. But the position is not super easy. The position is not super easy. Okay, they move the rook there, which I don't even know if this is best. Now I think I can just go here. I think I can just go there, trying to survive. But perhaps going here is a little bit better. But then they check me here and there are troubles. So I go here, they go here. I go here, they check me here. I perhaps just move here. It's complex, it's very complex. I'm probably just gonna go here. There is also this, but then what about this? Well, I just take, they check me. I go here, they check me. I go here. They check me and I lose the rook. So I really have to go here, I think. I could go here, but they check me here, I don't like it. I go here, they check me here, I go here, they just defend. And I'm getting mated, so I don't like it. So I think I'm gonna go here. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. And I'll see what happens. I'll see what happens. Taking here is dangerous because there are some lines where they check me and then there is bishop here and I lose the rook. So there's also this to consider. So if they go here or here, I think I'm just gonna take it perhaps. They check me, I go on a light square. They check me here, I go here. It looks scary. Then they go back, but I have this square I can take, then they do this. But then I mate them, but not really. Yeah, I'm probably screwed. I'm probably screwed no matter what I do, but I don't have to take here. Who knows? Who knows what the right thing to do is, because I also have this g4 move in some lines. So I may not get mated, maybe. Maybe I do. Because there's the check, g4, takes, maybe I survive, but maybe not. Wow. It's a difficult situation. My rooks are relatively active, but it's very tough to find some continuations. Okay, so they hit my rook. I'm not sure I was expecting this, but it happened. So now, if I go here, they can go here, but I'm defending everything, then I go here. Then they go here defending, maybe I don't like it, but then I go here. Okay, I can go here. They go here, I guess. I take. They take. It's horrible. It's just horrible. I go here, they go here, I go here. They go here, I go here, they check me here. I go here maybe. And what are they gonna do? Attack me here. But then I go here trying to trade. Take. Okay, I'm gonna try to do that. It's probably losing. I'm also extremely low on time. I'm trying to go here though. There are some chances I survive, but I'm low on time. You know, probabilities really are against me. But okay, you never know. Miracles sometimes happen, even though it's pretty difficult here. It's pretty tough. It's really pretty tough. Yeah, bishop here, I saw this move. But now I can pin them like this. They go here, I go here. But I'm sure they have figured it out. I'm sure they have some crazy tactics up their sleeves. I'm sure they have figured it out. Knight here I take with check, so it's not a big deal. But I'm sure they figured it out. Okay, they go here. Now I go here. I'm afraid because it looks like they figured everything out, these guys, you know. That's some scary shit. You know. So that's pinned for the time being. I can try to go here to try to go here. But I'm gonna go here instead. Trying to support my rook. Hopefully not blundering like the game away immediately. "15 seconds, what am I supposed to do with that?" You tell me what am I supposed to do with that, okay? Now I want to go here. Trying to not get checked. This is tense. This is tense. Like real tense. They move. The knight may go here, go here. Not really. I don't know what to do. Let's just play h3. I really have no clue what's going on. Trying to prevent this knight from doing weird jumps. Maybe rook f1 was an idea. And now maybe g4 is an idea. Trying to trade rooks. I don't know what to do though. Okay, I'll do it, but I don't know what to do. That's why I did it. I'm gonna try to trade the open file. Trying to infiltrate here. Trading was perhaps wrong, but again, I have no time, I don't know what to do. Perhaps going here was better, trying to target this weakness. But man, I really don't know. Okay, they go here. I go here, but I don't like this. But what else am I supposed to do? Again, I have no time. So I'm just gonna try my best. They probably do this. Fair. What do I do? What do I do? There's not much I can do really. But after this, I can try to go here and target this guy. Then I have to play something like b5 or perhaps defend with the knight. Then I can give a check. If they go here, I attack this guy. If they go here, I may have some g4, then take, then I can attack the h7 pawn. There is some appearance of counterplay, you know. Not that I believe in it too much, but... Okay, now I can push. Unless I'm crazy, which I could be. Okay, they go back. Now I can improve my position a little bit. But if I do it... Let me go here instead. Because I didn't want this knight to go here after I play b4. Unfortunately, I have no time. And I genuinely can't comprehend what's going on. Which is unfortunate, really, but... Okay, if they go here, I go here. This doesn't scare me, I just go back. Okay, they do this. Now I have a check, though. So at least this. At least that. Jeez. And yeah, my position feels really tender. Really, really tender. I should probably come closer with my king. Probably best chance. They stop like this. Can I go here? Trying to go here. I think I'll do it. I'll have to try something. Okay, now I go here though. Trying to really target something here. They can go here attacking this guy. Yeah, they do. Check. Takes. I don't like this. I can try to support it, but then they just take it. So I'll have to like do this, but that's not good because they're just gonna take it. And yeah, it seems to me that I'm just gonna lose this game. Which is very unfortunate, but I think that's just the end of it. I'm just gonna try some tricks here, but they don't work. They don't work. Okay, maybe it's not over. Maybe it's not over. Maybe it's not over because I still have a rook. I can still try to go behind, grab this guy or something. But they are so tricky. It's like they see everything. I'm like, what do I do? Oh, they block like this. Wow. Yeah, they see everything. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Yeah, there's nothing here I can do, of course. There's nothing I can do. There's just nothing I can do. I'm just gonna try to bring my king closer to the action here. But there's really nothing I can do. Check. I approach it. There's really nothing I can do here. And this is just a very sad situation. They even do that. Wait, check. Yeah, but they don't take, of course, which that's probably winning. But now I go here. Feels like everything I do is wrong, but now this check may be something because they have to go here. But it's nothing really. Then I move here or something. Then I go back. But not really. Yeah, but maybe then I can do something like this. But they'll just play b6. But then perhaps I go back then. I don't know. Okay, they just go there immediately. Alright. What about going here? They go here. And I go here. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I'm getting crushed. That's what I know. That's what I know is happening. Perhaps I go here, perhaps I check them here. Okay, I could go here now that I think about it, but not really, because they take, I move, they block. There's always some tricks. Oh, I can go here attacking the other knight. Can I try this? But then the rook there. I probably can't even try that. That's so bad. Yeah, knight here. How do I defend this? Oh, but they lost on time. What? They lost on time? What? I'm completely lost after knight h2, I think. What? What's going on? What's going on? My mind was not prepared to win this game. I'm happy it happened, but my mind's definitely not prepared to win this game. Yeah, this is -6. They just crush me. They just open me like a coconut. That was a one-sided game. But they lost on time. They just lost on time. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. That was so one-sided. Like, look at that. They just crushed me from beginning to end. It's just that's such a crazy. It's almost a pity that they lost on time. Except I'm very happy because. Okay, so here I probably played the wrong things because this is already -0.2, so that's definitely not in the repertoire. Here I definitely played some wrong things. Yeah, that was wrong. I remember wrongly here. This already lost. Bishop d7 even. And yeah, this is just wrong. Here I should have played knight e3, which I considered. I thought about, why didn't I play knight e3? This is just wrong. Bishop h6. Check, this is just over. Yeah, I just got outplayed. I don't know why I played the way I played. Knight takes f2 is a blunder. Knight here was better. How? How is that better? Bishop takes f5. Oh, knight takes f3. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, and these guys lost. Wow. I was crushed. I was crushed, but... You know, I tried to be resilient. And I guess it paid off. I guess that paid off. It bleeded down their time, trying to play best move after best move after best move, trying to always complicate it. But here I think knight h2 just picks up this guy and it's over. Knight h2, perhaps rook g1, perhaps. You can't take here. If you take here, there is rook b1. The problem is it's lost anyways, because like bishop somewhere, let's say here, I don't know. Rook takes b7, knight takes, and this is just winning. But okay, they lost on time. This is unbelievable. Now I'm gonna go to the Reti repertoire. I'm a little bit shocked, guys. I'm really a little bit perturbed, if that's a word, because it's like I shouldn't have won that game. Like, I just played it worse. My opponent just outplayed me. But here we are with another victory. It's just not, you know. Okay, I play knight f3, they played c5. I played g3, they played g6. Oh, that's not even in the repertoire. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. That's not even in the repertoire. What am I supposed to do then? What if they just do that? What am I supposed to do? Let's see in the chapter what they say. Not this, come on. I'm a little bit confused, guys, because I'm like, I should have lost. Is the reverse English? Knight f3, c5. Let's see if it transposes. Oh yeah, so I can play this. I can transpose into this. So if they go for something like this, I can always transpose to c4. I can try to play something like that, and eventually they'll play d5 or something. Okay, I can try to transpose into these lines. But technically, the move g6 is not contemplated in this move order, so listen, it may be a little bit ugly, but this is correct. This is following the repertoire, simply because there is no repertoire there. So I'm just gonna write it down as followed, because there are no moves, so technically I follow the repertoire. Sorry, but it's true. Okay, so I'm gonna play one more game. 15 plus 10, let's go. Very weird what happened. Very weird what happened. But here we are. I really just got outplayed, and then they lost on time. That's funny. Okay, and now I think I'm a new record when it comes to the rating. I am like 2370 or something. I'm tired, I'm hungry. Okay, but as you can see, always keeping the positive mindset, always trying to be objective, always trying to play the best move, even though you're -6 and you're playing white, I guess pays off. It's the second time in 2 days that the opponent loses on time in a completely winning position. This means that my rating is being a little bit inflated, you know. It starts to be a point where I don't really deserve the rating. And it's weird because it's a 15 plus 10, like, how can you lose on time in a 15 plus 10 in a winning position like this? And you may say, oh, they started to play fast. But no, because if they started to play fast, they would have just made blunders. They just played correct moves, taking a lot of time, and their time just ran out. It's like they're playing like they have 10 minutes, but they have like 1 minute. And their time just ran out. It's just unusual. It happens yesterday, it happens today. It's just I mean, I'm glad because, you know, I'm winning, but yeah. So you guys will excuse me. Actually, I'm not gonna play immediately. I'm gonna take a break, and I don't know if I can take a break here. I probably can't. I'm gonna take a break, and I'll be back in a minute. I'm actually gonna interrupt the recording. And I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, guys, so I'm back. Let's try to find a game. The last game was crazy. I just took a little break to take some food, so I'm gonna eat a little bit. You know, the bull gotta continue. I have some cereals with the milk. I need some milk. So you got the cereals, you got the milk. You're probably hearing crazy noise right now, I'm sorry. Okay. I love cereals and milk for some reason. It's just so good. And yeah, I can drink milk without issues. Turns out that there is a percentage of the population that struggles to drink milk. I guess that for most part it comes down to habits. I don't know though. Like I'm used to drink milk. I always drank milk, so okay, we are playing against a very strong player here. d6, they want to go e5, now let's prevent it with d4. Okay, so here, if they play g6, I go b3. If they do something else, I'm just gonna play chess. Okay, b5. b5, definitely a move. I can go bishop g2, castle. I can also go knight a3. And on b4, knight c4 though, I don't have access to the e5 square. But also how they kick my knight out, not clear. I can play a4, but then again b4, or I can just go bishop g2, bishop b7, and maybe now knight a3, and if they kick me knight c4 with idea knight a5, there are actually lines like this. There are actually lines like this. You know what? I've studied a little bit. With the engine, I've been studying some moves. I've been studying some moves with the engine. Now, if I play knight a3, they may play bishop a6, which I don't like. However, if I play bishop g2, bishop b7, now this is different. If they do this, I have this, this. It's all good. Now I'm gonna go bishop g2, inviting them. Now knight a3 I like though. If they push knight c4 with idea knight a5, there are some crazy lines here. Okay, a6 there is c4. Let's go. This is some semi-preparation. Semi. Oh god damn, these cereals went everywhere. So annoying. You know, I can't open a simple package of anything without making it terrible. So annoying. Oh well. I should have poured it down from the other side, but this is... I need a scissors here. Where the fuck are they? I need to do some here. I need to do some bricolage. Okay, now it's better. Not ideal, but better. Oh, they moved, didn't even notice. Okay. Complicated position, as we like. This pawn's hanging. c5 is a move, I guess, but I don't know. Okay, a5, logical. I can play b3, a3 in the future, but I'm first gonna castle to make sure I don't get mated or something, and then we'll figure it out. I'll be very honest, g6 I don't like, particularly because... Is it going in the right direction or not? I wanted to play b3, a3 anyways, and b3 is the main move against g6 in the King's Indian setup. So guess what I'm gonna do? Exactly that. And there are some weaknesses here. I think I'm gonna go a3 immediately, threatening this pawn. If they defend, I'm gonna take, probably. Well, if they defend like this, I may just take. If they take, I get rid of this, then I take, and then I play bishop here. I don't know. a3, c5. Perhaps bishop b2 is best. Just following with the idea, with the plan. Perhaps c5 is a move. Like, you never know in this type of positions. d5 is also a thing, but d5 there is like knight takes or something is not good. So bishop here, perhaps with the idea of d5, that looks interesting. It really does look interesting, doesn't it? There's also queen d2, but no, queen d2 runs into this, I don't like. There's also bishop e3. Bishop e3 is a highly fascinating move, prevents c5, and prepares a3. It's a very fascinating move. There is a3, there is c5, there is bishop to e3. Knight here, I can probably just take. If they take, I take. Looks pretty awful. They castle. I go here, threatening check here. How do you stop it? h5 maybe. The position is so complicated. What is going on? I can try to play bishop d2, but there's also c5 always. Bishop here, c5 I just push though, and I have so much space. I'm gonna play rook e1 or even knight d2, which is typical, and just go here. Looks very good. Can they play this? I don't think so. I just grab this guy. Yeah, that's definitely wrong. So I'm gonna go here with my bishop and just enjoy a position of chess. They castle. So I go here. I mean, they can also just take, but then this is weak. I can also just play d5, which creates some problems for them. Yeah, d5 is interesting. d5, do they play e6? Maybe. I can try to play rook e1, trying to go for e4. Yeah, rook e1 looks very interesting. Rook e1, they perhaps bring the knights out here. I'm not a big fan of that. But then I can do this. Take, 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 take. I'm not a big fan of many things here. So what about this? This I take here, that's not good, because if they jump in winning a tempo, I take it. So this is playable. What I don't like d6. But then I can play e4. Knight takes, bishop takes, king takes, queen check, the knight goes back. Takes, takes, knight here, bishop here, king here, queen here, and I have compensation somehow. Also, after this, I'm not forced to do anything I've said. I can just take and go for this. Take, they have to defend. I go here, it's complicated to defend everything. I don't know. Yeah, I like it, let's go. I like it, let's go. I like it. Perhaps this is overextending, but I don't dislike it too much. Let's pour more cereals in. Perhaps this was a little bit too compromising, but perhaps knight... Yeah, but I didn't want to exchange the light square bishop. So... I can kind of go here. Then they go here. Oh, now I can go here, actually. Now I can go here. Now I can go here. Are they threatening this? Maybe. I don't think so. Do I play a3? If they go here, they're hitting this though, which may not be the end of the world. I really want to go knight here with the idea of playing e4, and I may have a good position. Let's try. Let's see what happens. Knight d2 is a typical move in the Benoni structures. Very typical. More cereals. More milk. It's not a Benoni really, but my idea is to just push those pawns through and see what happens. They're trying to break. Now this can become a weakness in the future. I don't think I will. Oh wait, I can take and win a pawn. Oh, I can win a pawn. Take, they take, I take with check, and then I win my pawn. Oh, I can just win a pawn. Do I go for it? I'll do it. I'll do it because what else am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, at some point you just have to go. I think they saw it. It's just that I figured they didn't like their positions too much. But now it gets difficult. Now it gets difficult because now I have to win the game. And winning one games is the hardest thing to do in chess. I'm not a crazy big fan of that actually. Because I think I'm just gonna take. No? They take with the knight, I think that's their idea. I take, they take with the rook. I don't know though. Because if they take with the queen, I just play knight here, the queen's hanging. They overprotect, I take. They take, I go here. They go here, I go here with the knight. Take, 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 take. I don't know. They may have a square over here. I could also just play e3 to try to keep it together. I could also just play knight to f3, but then they take. And is it a problem? I don't know. So take. I can also just play rook c1. What's the idea? Not sure about it either. e3 is interesting. Do not allow this move. Bishop here is interesting as well. Just saying, you know, the bishop's defended, knight c5 is not possible. If you take, I take. Then rook here. Then I guess I just move. Okay, not the easiest positions to play, of course, but... Do I take it? What I don't like is knight here, bishop here, king here, let's say. How do I prevent knight here? I don't have to prevent it, I guess I just play knight f3, they go in. Queen d3, queen d4 check. It's a little bit annoying to allow this knight here. So yeah, I'm just gonna play this move. Oh, but bishop here, there is c5. That's a big problem. And c5 perhaps happens anyways. Yeah, I have no time on the clock, but this unfortunately I'm used to. I really don't know what to do. e3, why e3? To kind of slow down the avalanche. Fair enough. Allowing queen e2, for example, doesn't seem too bad. Okay. Let's go with this. Critical lines. Yep. Now I'm a little bit running low on time. More than a little bit. There are some crazy tactics for both players here. Okay, they go here. Can I jump in? There are some crazy tactics right there. Wild tactics. My light squares are really weak. Queen c6 looks interesting. Rook there, very nice. Okay. Yeah, here I can't play this. I am so low on time. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how low on time I am. I just can't play. I just can't play like this. I just can't do that. I just can't do that. I can't do that, guys. I am so low on time. So low on time. King g1 is probably a good move at some point, but then queen h3. Ugh. So bad. If only I had more time, I feel like my position may be holdable, but not like this. I just have no time. It's unfortunate. I always find myself in that spot where I have no time. They go here, let's take. I can have to. Let's take. What else can I do? They have rook check, which just wins. I just blundered like embarrassingly. I just blunder embarrassingly. This is just so over. This is just so over. Like just rook takes. Oh. It happens. It happens. Yeah. It happens, guys. It happens. Yeah, it's over. It's completely over. I mean, the move I played is probably the most resilient, but there's nothing to be done here. Queen here is also like deadly. If they don't play queen here, but they're gonna play queen there. And I'm gonna resign the game. Queen h3, I resign. So it's life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah. Queen there, best move. GG. GG. Unfortunately, I found myself with no time on the clock, and but maybe it was lost even before. I don't know. I feel like at some point I had a decent position, but We'll see. Okay. If you take away the moment where I had no time, I played decently. Oh, I could have won this pawn? I could have just gone for this. Unbelievable blind spot here. Unbelievable blind spot. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I'm not really sharp here. But okay, you have to play even when you're not too sharp, I guess. Yeah, knight a6 is not ideal. And this was a correct decision to go into this, but here I should have just taken and play knight f3, which is the first thing that I thought. I don't know what stopped me from doing it. I was afraid of knight here to go here, but let's see why that makes no sense. Bishop takes, king takes, let's say. Knight e5. There's nothing to be afraid of course. I've saw similar positions to this in Sam Shankland's course when he faces the Benoni, you know, the D4 repertoire by Sam. Okay. Yeah, again, I didn't play badly, it's just that I had no time. Yeah, here I played the bishop takes g7 with no time. I was actually better. Yeah, just f3. Just f3. If this, I guess there is this, and then this falls, so it's completely over. And after this, I was actually thinking about going here. Oh, but there is this maybe. f4, queen check, king g1, knight e4, or knight e4 or whatever, rook takes, knight c3, queen here. It's not easy, but yeah, no time. With 40 seconds basically. Yeah, I mean, it's a blunder because of course there's rook takes f2, but ridiculous. Okay, this was an attempt because I don't know if they go here, maybe I have this and I'm attacking here, I'm threatening checkmate or something. It's probably completely winning for black, but knight f2. Knight f2. You know, you look at a position like this and you're like, maybe in some universe, you know. But yeah, bishop takes g7 was definitely just a blunder. As soon as I played, I'm like, what am I doing? I saw rook takes f2, I didn't calculate it though, because I thought that I had enough pieces on. I just didn't realize that two pieces were the king and the queen. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Well, that's probably the wrong move order. Yeah, and now that I'm looking at this, like, is this so bad? It probably is. Yeah, it definitely is. Queen h3, not even. Yeah, makes sense. Wow. Yeah, pretty terrible. Okay, I blundered in the end with little time, but I didn't play the game too badly, I guess. That's nice. The good thing about this game is that this is definitely out of theory. There is no b5 in this move order. I'm gonna check, but I'm pretty sure. I blundered. It was a while since I blundered like that. But okay. You know, it's like, it happens. I'm disappointed that I blunder bishop takes g7. Is like, is such a beginner mistake. It's like, and it's true that I had little time and whatnot, but still, you know, it's like, perhaps you could have done better. Knight f6, g3, now b5. Yeah, definitely out of theory. I played it well, even the opening, I played it well. Even here where I missed that opportunity, I just followed what I remember from the repertoire. And here I kind of reacted the right ways. Won a pawn. Even this is wrong, but it's not terrible. I managed to find myself in a nice advantageous position. It's that just, I panicked with little time, I just panicked. I should just have played f3. Just f3. Yeah, f3. It's not super easy because f3, knight g5, but I didn't even look at, I don't know why, I just considered taking here. Such a beginner mistake. Just f3. Just f3. Or even f4. Why not f4? Why not f4? Because of bishop takes and they're gonna infiltrate, but you take like this, I guess. Knight c3, queen d3, c5. Ah, c5, okay, and you have to give up the rook. But even still, is not considered too bad. I guess you're gonna just do this. Yeah, there are very good chances here for they have to play g5, otherwise they're lost. Yeah, there are good chances here. I could have easily gotten into this, but bishop takes g7 really hurts. So let's not look at it any time longer. Let's just go here and put a green tick on the score sheet, and we are at 20. We are at 20 out of 100. This is a fifth. This is a fifth of what I consider to be basic experience in a repertoire. That would be 100 lines. Okay, blunders happens. It is what it is. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your chess.